All right, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Rob for Smirking Gun Reviews, and tonight it's time for Preacher. We are at the penultimate episode of this show. It's season 3, episode 9, Schwanzkopf, which I probably didn't say quite right, but in German it means dickhead. So, full spoilers ahead if you haven't seen the episode. Yeah, let's just get right to it. So, in order to do this right, I'm going to go by each little storyline. So, let's start with Cassidy. Not really a big surprise here that Cassidy is pretty much can't match the power of Vicarious or whatever the fuck his name is. I like the storyline. Fine. I just it's just been it's hard to see him like spend a good chunk of the season away from the rest of the group, but at least he's with them in spirit. I mean, especially when they got Hoover and he, was saying like, this guy's hurting my friends, and that's just, just the tip of it. So he is still thinking about Jesse and Tulip and everything, but now he's got to deal with this guy that, I don't know how he's going to fight, but it kind of seems like to me, his last plea to the one dude's mother to talk to the people that call Lisa in Poland and tell her I'm sorry. So what I'm figuring is that'll be the thing that hopefully gets them to listen to that he's lying about where they are. Hopefully that kind of sets off a chain of events that gets Cassidy freed. But if she tells them, that there's no answer and they don't know what we're talking about and blah, 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 I have a feeling that it's just going to end up being a massacre. That somehow Cassidy will survive this, right? I mean, he has to. But I have a feeling that a lot of the people that are there are probably going to die. I just don't have a good feeling about it. I really like that, he can't change Cassidy's mind. He quickly manipulates everybody, and it kind of sucks, but it's just kind of old school tactics just to be the first one to be the one to tell your story, so then everybody else, you have to try to get them to believe you. And if you're the one who said something bad at the beginning, it's like real life. People just aren't going to believe you, whether you're just a regular person or a vampire. So, and that's really all there is. I mean, Hoover got away, and as we see, he went back to the Grail. For Jesse's side of the story, oh man. Well, he does manage to figure out how to, escape, which again, just like last week when I had a problem with why didn't Jesse shoot him in the head, the Allfather in the head. Why would the Allfather risk letting Jesse loose even to be on his knees? The guy doesn't seem to be like one of those people who would be willing to give last requests. He may be a lunatic, but he has a plan. And I don't think his plan would be, yeah, let me put the one guy that can stop me, even if I handcuff him. Let me get, let me kind of free the one guy that could stop me at the last minute. That seems kind of, I don't know, lazy. Again, just kind of lazy writing to all of a sudden a character that probably wouldn't do something just suddenly does something stupid. Doesn't mean that it's not cool, because it is cool that, he sees that he puts the the electric shock thing on him, which even again, on a big fat fuck like that, it's not going to do much. But it does enough to get, distracted so that Jesse can get the upper hand. And boy, does he get the upper hand. So, yes, he is being crushed by this fat bastard who literally, I mean, he's about as gross as fat bastard is. Except, I don't think I don't think Mike Myers ever projectile vomited into garbage cans and stuff after eating a bunch of food. So yeah, when he finally gets the the thing where he shocks and then shoots the soul into where he shoots the Tom Brady stuff into the fucking Allfather, and then shoots the freaking soul, the Genesis, into him, which was genius. And then he explodes. It was just glorious. The one thing I didn't need, I will probably be seeing this in my dreams, is Jesse's soul sliding out of the asshole, the exploded asshole, and the intestines that go up and around the pipes and everywhere else, and it just little fart noise coming out the asshole of this guy, exploded man, just all. I could have went my whole life without seeing something like that, and it'll be a long time before I ever forget it. But Jesse at least does get his soul back. There was that time that during that fight with Star, I thought they were gonna just do a thing again where Star gets the upper hand, and then we got another episode where they're just gonna draw it out. But no, he gets it back. I also, and it's nice, he just shuts Star down. Now the thing with the Humperdoos, I really liked Star's where they cut to like this weird like newsreel footage of what would happen. And to be quite honest with you, isn't that the way it would really go? They would throw out some Christ figure, and a whole bunch of people, unfortunately, a whole bunch of people would fall for it. We may be living in a technologically marvelous age, but there's still a whole lot of backwoods people that would just fall for that shit. And then those of us who don't, we get nuked. And then the Humperdoos can, take everybody into a paradise on Earth. And I really love the way they did this video. They've done, this is like the second one they've done. The first one was like when they were showing Vicarious' people supposedly going out in the world to do the missionary work. So it's like the second time they've had some really cool imagery, like dream-like imagery showing what would happen. But the Apocalypse one, that was really cool. And it just, there's no good plan here. And even though Star says, we have to have something, otherwise everybody's going to die. And he just wants the what's his list? The hipsters? The Danes. He's really, so again, kind of like, he makes me think of, what's that line again in another Austin Powers movie where Michael Caine goes, there's two things I can't stand: people who are intolerant of other cultures and the Dutch. Since that joke works because it's a contradiction. But apparently Hair Star doesn't like the Danes either. So something's wrong with the Dutch. Michael Caine doesn't like you. I don't know. Anyway, so there's like hipsters, Danes, and a couple other things that are just like really weird and random that are just perfect for like Hair Star to say. But I do like that Jesse just says, well, screw this and lets all the Humperdoos go. And it's hilarious. It is fucking hilarious watching them all go. And then that one that gets away, like starts to get away and a car just creams them. Problem solved, I guess, for the most part. But it's kind of like when people let loose animals that aren't part of the ecosystem. Like the cane toads down in Australia that ended up like spreading all over the place. So let's hope that, these Humperdoos don't start reproducing somehow. So Jesse gets the, Genesis back and tells Hair Star, no more hats. I would have just, here's the thing, I would have just cleaned house. But that's just me. They want a story. They like the characters. And I like the characters too, but if I was in Jesse's position, Hair Star and all of them would have been, eating their own guns. So Jesse's back at Angelville, ready to take on Granny. Now, Tulip and that whole thing with the bus. Okay. I like Eugene. He's a nice kid. Man, did I want to kill him when he started knocking on the window going, Tulip, you're like, oh, fuck off. Like, that's how they're going to get her on the bus after that really cool scene where she tells out the angel of death. I mean, I guess that's supposed to be the funny part. Is that after all that big talk and she's able to intimidate and all this stuff, and she's just brought down by Eugene's stupidity. I don't really find it funny. I find it annoying because I know that's supposed to be the joke, but it's not. It's just not funny. I don't like seeing Tulip brought down low. And so, brought down low by some dumbass. Like I said, I like Eugene just fine, but he he's such a, he doesn't belong in the show. He's that odd man out. And not because he has an asshole for a face. He's just too nice for this whole thing. And I guess, again, it's supposed to be kind of funny. So, yeah, Tulip ends up, she almost gets away. She tries to save Featherstone. See, kids, this is why you don't do the right thing. That's not true, but this is why you don't try to do the right thing. No, that's not true either. But she does try to do the right thing, and she tries, I mean, I don't even know if that's the right thing. She tries to do is it decent? I don't know. She tries to save Featherstone, but Featherstone doesn't really need saving because of what happens with Eugene. So, they get the souls. Tulip ends up on the bus. And this whole thing with the bus is just kind of, I don't know. Like, there's only 6 of them on the bus. There's the driver, there's the angel of death, there's the cowboy, the saint, so that's 3. Hitler, Eugene, and Tulip. It's a pretty empty bus. So them, like, constantly trying to get out. I guess maybe they were like, nobody ever gets out, so why should we pay attention? Go ahead and let them bang their heads against the glass. But they don't know Tulip. And if there's a way out of it, she's going to find it. Even if it isn't physically trying to get out herself. It's a plan to make them help them get out. And it ends up working really well. I mean, she knows how to push the Saint's buttons really well. But for a minute there, before all that, it seemed like the Saint was kind of already ready to turn. Because he doesn't seem to like this deal that he's got going on. So, yes, Hitler, again, given an inch, decides to escape without everybody else. Because that's our Hitler. But before that can even happen, a Nazi tank shoots the bus. So speaking of the bus, we have the hotline to hell, and now we have the express bus to hell. So it's pretty funny. I believe those are both sayings that I know I've heard of the hotline to hell and whatever. So yes, Hitler's friends finally arrive to blast the bus off. And that's pretty much where we leave it. Now, Granny says that Jesse's coming to kill her, which, since she knows, and now we know that she knows, that Jesse doesn't know, it means she has a plan. And that, it could have to do with her little blood towels and things. If he can't talk, like, why doesn't she just do this? If she's choking him, he can't speak. So if I was Jesse, I don't even know how you get out of this now. Because literally, if he can't talk, and she can't use the power, then what's the point about all of this? Why didn't he think about that? But I guess that's answers for next week. I would like to know what Jody ran over. I don't know why. I'm not being morbid. I just, for some reason, thought, what if that was God? What if he just ran over God? God does like to ride a motorcycle and wear a dog outfit, like a dog crossing the road, like, woo. Anyway. I do wish that Jody or Jesse would have a better plan than just rolling up on Angelville, but I don't know. I'm more interested in how Cassidy's going to get his situation resolved, how Tulip's going to get out of hell, but it sounds like Jesse's going to hell. And that's probably, I could predict that's probably where we're going to leave off this season, is Jesse in hell. And how does he get out? Because the devil having Genesis is a pretty crazy situation. So I would really like, though, for them to get rid of the Angelville storyline. I do like Jody and I think TC are interesting characters, but I really would like to see them move on from this storyline. So, but I don't know if that's happening. Maybe it'll happen or get resolved early in season 4. Anyway. That's it. I can't wait for next week. We'll see how this all plays out. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. And we will see you on the next video. Have a good night. Bye.